So I don't think it's difficult at all. Just blocking for the same scheme and that coach asks us to block for. So.
Connor, you started obviously this past game at right guard, ended up playing tackle for most of it. How difficult is that to switch positions mid-game?
Yeah, I think Coach Johnson does a great job of getting us ready, preparation. He said, you can play anywhere, on the line, so just be prepared. And at practice, I actually practice both left guard, and right tackle all throughout practice. Whether it's through individual or through team. And so I think Coach does a great job of preparing us to get us in the best situation.
Is that something you did before Mizzou, like play and prepare different spots on the line, or is that something that Coach Johnson's kind of emphasized with you?
It's something that Coach Johnson has emphasized with me, especially. And when I was at Montana State, it was right tackle only, or then again, I was two left tackle there, so I was getting double reps. But it was mostly tackle there. But I think it shows versatility as offensive lineman, where you can go guard and tackle, and it was pretty crazy doing it in a game.
After kind of having a chance to look at film and stuff, was that the line's best game that you guys have played this year, do you think?
It varies, but I think we did play very well against South Carolina. We got after them. We moved the line of scrimmage, and it showed. Especially with having a great running back like Beatty.
Connor, yeah, speaking of Beatty, what was your reaction seeing that he was, named a finalist for a Dope Ball Award?
I'm biased, but I think he should, win it. He's a great running back. He works hard. He's very dialed. He prepares very well. And it shows on the field. So.
It wasn't just that you had to move Saturday, but EJ was in there playing. He hadn't played much this year. There was guys rotating at the other guard spot. I guess just what is it about this line that allows you all to kind of continue to not skip a beat with different guys, different personnel, kind of every week it seems like?
Yeah, I already kind of touched on Coach Johnson mixing up the line, even at practice. And so, once you practice more, you get fluidity within the line. And, with EJ in there too, it showed, we didn't really skip a beat at all. We just kept on moving, same game plan.
What was it about South Carolina that you guys saw that allowed you to kind of make those moves? And then can you repeat that again this week against Florida?
I don't know if it was a personnel-wise. I just think we had a great game plan. I think so far this week we have a great game plan. And, at the end of the day, the most physical team wins. And, we showed it in South Carolina, and that is our mindset coming into this Florida game.
You talked about EJ. What have you seen from him day to day throughout this year, and then just how good was he on Saturday?
Yeah, he's a younger dude. As offensive line position, nothing's perfect. You can always improve. But, I thought EJ stepped up. I thought he did well, especially in the game and under the circumstance that we were at. I was props to him for coming in and being prepared and coming in and doing his job.
Connor, you know what the record is, but ups and downs this season. One win away from being bowl eligible. What would that mean for this team to get there?
Oh, it'd be huge. I think Coach hit on multiple accounts this week where, we're doing it for our seniors this year. They deserve it, especially Mike Mayetti. He hasn't made it to a bowl game yet. And especially, it's been talked around in the offensive line room that we're doing it for Mike this week, as well as Case.
What do you think the biggest hurdle is going into Saturday for the O-line?
Biggest hurdle? I guess just preparing. We got to be sharp this week. Obviously, bowl game on the line, and I think at the end of the day, it's up to us to determine whether if we win the game or not. And, I think with everyone's mindset as how detailed we are out and disciplined we are out in practice, I feel pretty confident this week.
Anything else for Connor? All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, open it up for questions for Connor.
Connor, well, just physically and mentally, have these last few weeks been tough for you, or do you feel
Obviously, physically, yeah. I mean, I had an injury in the Vanderbilt game that there was one quarterback in the NFL was out this year for 4 weeks with. So, I worked my butt off to be able to play last week, and still recovering from that. So,
Kind of big picture, but just physically, mentally, just how are you doing? Just how do you feel?
I'm good. 5-5. 2 games left. Main goal is just get another one, get to a bowl game. But I'm doing fine, yeah.
The strength coach was just talking about kind of cutting down some of the turnovers and the poor decisions that go into that. Is there any one thing you can put your finger on that's maybe been a common thread in some of the turnovers, or just a case by case?
I think some of them are just trying to press and force the ball, move the ball down the field. I like throwing the ball down the field and pushing the ball. So sometimes I like to do it a little too much and get myself in trouble sometimes.
What was your, reaction when he told you at the end of that game that, Cook was going to be going in, and how do you kind of approach things this week with that?
It was, he put him in because he needed someone to run, and I wasn't very mobile. I wasn't going to be able to do the things that Brady could do, obviously running last week. So it was good.
Connor, how much being part of the quarterback room is being selfless? I mean, really, there's one of you that can play at a time, so but you got to support each other. How is that kind of dynamic with all of you guys in that room?
I think it's good. Me and Brady are super close. We have a really good friendship, and we support each other in everything. So whether he's on the field, I'm on the field, I don't think it matters.
There's been no doubt through every week of this season that this has been your team. Do you feel any differently this week? I mean, does your job change? Has your approach changed? Has anything changed about the way you feel it's gone?
No.
What's preparing like for you without knowing who the starters are each week?
Obviously, you guys don't see it, but I'm out on the field and kind of know who I'm going to be out there with tight ends, receivers, offensive line. So I get a pretty good sense of the timing and who I'm going to be out there with.
Anything else?
What exactly is bothering you health-wise? Is it just your hamstring? Is it?
I don't.
Just like,
Am I supposed to speak on injuries?
just like,
No. Yeah, it's just a leg. Sorry.
Are you allowed to say just close you go to 100%?
What?
Are you allowed to say how close you go to 100%?
Uh,
I think we wouldn't throw you out there if you were injured. But
Yeah, I'm like you said, I'm healthy enough to play, but I think just the mobile part is a little bit limited, and I think that's why you saw him put Brady in at the end.
But at the end of the day, I mean, you're still mentally or physically as confident as ever.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Anything else? All right, guys. Thank you. All right, everyone. Questions for Kiki?
Kiki, I'm not sure if when you were at Angelo, there was like a D2 bowl you went to or whatever, but I know they were pretty good. But like, how much of being on the cusp of getting to a bowl game was part of your desire in coming here? What is it like knowing that you're 1 win away now?
Yeah, it's definitely kind of like a dream come true, I guess. Something I've always seen growing up. So, getting to this level, especially transferring, that was always the mentality, go out there, just be 1-0 each and every week and get bowl eligibility, being able to be a postseason team and see what that looks like in that environment with that added competition. It's definitely something that I've worked hard for. We've all worked hard for, and we're excited. We're excited for the challenge, what it means for us to be 1-0 this week with that on the line. So, it's increased everybody's focus around here to get the job done.
Did you get any postseason experience when you were at Angelo?
Yeah, so I played in the Heart of Texas Bowl twice. That was a pretty cool experience. We played. I actually played a guy. He went to Washburn. He was a corner. I think he got drafted by the Giants or something. His name was Corey Ballantyne. So got to play some good competition there as well. So it's good.
starter and leader for about 20 straight weeks, and now there seems to be at least a little bit of doubt. Have you seen any change in him over the last month and just how he's handling this?
I mean, Connor's a guy. I mean, nothing rattles him. I mean, he's a competitor. Number one, he's a leader. Confident guy. Always goes out there with a chip on his shoulder, with a mindset that he's the guy for us. And so, I mean, we're behind him. I mean, so that confidence hasn't changed from our end. I mean, we still know that we have jobs to do as far as being able to make plays for him and help him out in those regards. So, I mean, just with him out there being confident, it raises everybody else's confidence to play well around him. So he hasn't changed at all.
Do you think Tyler maybe needed the extra motivation from, I guess, the outside doubters this year to become sort of the player he's become?
Added motivation? I don't think so. I mean, he's the same way. He's a very competitive guy. I mean, he always knew with more opportunities what type of player he could be. So, I mean, that focus from him hasn't changed. I mean, he was this caliber of player last year. I mean, we just had Larry Roundtree as well, who was a workhorse, who had a bunch of carries as well. So, I mean, he knew what his role was in the offense at the time. And then going into this year, he knew that we were going to have to lean on him a lot more. So, I mean, he was ready for that challenge. I mean, it didn't add any motivation to him, to a guy who's already so confident in his ability to make plays. So.
I know you haven't spent your whole career here, but just what are the emotions for you, heading into, this last home game season?
I mean, honestly, it hasn't really hit me yet. I mean, I'm sure it'll hit me Saturday. I mean, it was kind of the same situation last year. I mean, on my senior night, I mean, I didn't anticipate coming back or didn't plan on coming back. So, I mean, it was a mix. It was a mixture of emotions. I mean, it was a surreal feeling going out there, feeling like it was my last college home game in front of friends and family. So, I mean, right now, I mean, I'm still trying to stay in the moment. I mean, stay present. We got a job to do. We got a tough opponent coming in here. And they're not just going to lay down and let us have a win at home just because it's senior night. So, I mean, just right now my main focus is on the game, but I'm sure after the game it'll hit me that this will be the last home game in my senior night. So, hope it's a special day.
I don't remember. Did you actually go through the ceremony last year?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I went through the whole thing, man. Like I said, I had a lot going on. Just didn't really know what to expect moving forward. So, I mean, for me, it was my senior day. So, I mean, that was it until it wasn't. So, it was a surreal feeling.
Are you expecting anything different this year, knowing it really is your real senior day now?
Yeah, I mean, I got some more family coming in for sure. So, I mean, we know it's going to be the last one, no doubt. So, I mean, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm excited, man. It's been a long road, a long journey for my college career, man. I'm thankful for every moment. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, everything happens for a reason. So, I mean, I'm just excited, man.
What would it mean to wrap it up? A win on Saturday, senior day, send you guys out with a win at home, but also get that bowl eligibility?
Absolutely. I mean, it would mean the world to us. Like I said, that's our main focus. That's what we're playing for. I mean, it's senior week, so I mean, everybody wants to get the job done for us, and us as seniors, we want to be remembered here for Rowe Field for what we've done. So I mean, this is definitely big for us, and then a little added motivation to be bowl eligible, going up against a great opponent in Florida. So I mean, it's a lot on the line. They have a lot to play for as well. So do us. So do we. So I mean, it's going to be a highly competitive and physical game. So I mean, it adds that much more excitement if we're able to come out with a win. So that's what our focus is.
Obviously, you've seen Chris Abrams train sort of on both sides of the ball. What makes him so difficult to go up against him? Do you change anything, knowing that he sort of maybe recognizes your tendencies as a former receiver?
Yeah, Chris, man, he's a special player. I mean, he's the type of player that you could literally put anywhere on the field and you know that he's going to be okay. I mean, he came in as a receiver. I mean, he played quarterback in high school. Then he kick returned and punt returned, and then went to the defensive side of the ball. I think he's played almost every position in the defensive backfield this season. So I mean, he's an athletic guy. I mean, he's a playmaker. He's everything you want in a football player. So I mean, I'm excited for him because I've seen his growth and maturity and his increased focus to be better each and every day. I mean, I love seeing guys that come in, work hard and hungry, and that are eager to get better. I mean, I see a lot of things in Chris that I seen in myself when I came into college. Just always wanting to learn, asking questions, putting in extra work and time in the film room, and it pays off over time, and it's paying off for Chris. So I mean, I'm excited for him.
obviously, you played a little bit this season, but not as extensively as Saturday. Just what are you thinking when you're going out there in the first quarter?
I mean, when opportunity comes, you got to take it. So I feel when it came to last week or this week in the future, I mean, whatever is given to me, I'm gonna run with it. Whether it's one play or 100 plays or whatever, I'm gonna do my best and I'm gonna make the team proud and help this team get a victory.
Did it feel like a long wait? I mean, after the transfer and everything, it's been a while probably since you played that much.
Oh yeah, it has. But it felt good being out there. It felt like I was at home. Being in my element, being on the field. Doing what I do best, and So yeah, it's been a while, but it felt like it was yesterday that I was just playing. So
I don't think we got a chance to speak with you since you transferred in.
Yeah.
What was that process like leaving Oklahoma and coming here?
It was tough. I left a bunch of brothers over there in Norman, but they all understood. I feel good about this one. It was a hard transition, but I managed to make it through and form new brothers here, meet great people, meet new people, and things like that.
Hard in what way?
You said what?
The transition was hard. How so?
I think the fact that I was so committed to Oklahoma, it was hard leaving. I left a lot over there. I left friends, people I call my brothers over there, and it was difficult. But I took some time, and I was like, this is best for me. So.
What was, I guess, your assessment of your performance on Saturday?
I feel like I did pretty well. It was my first real game. So I was kind of nervous from the jump, but then I was like, I've been playing this game since I was 7 years old. So it's nothing new. Still same blocking scheme, everything like that. So I was got used to it for a little bit, but then I started to move people off the ball, everything like that, and everything just started coming back to me. So.
What kind of goes through, your head on kind of, those first snaps in?
Kind of goes through my head. During those moments, I mean, just play football. It's nothing to it. I mean, at first, you're kind of like don't mess up or things. A lot of thoughts are getting to you and that type of deal. But I was, I managed to calm down and just play my game.
How much confidence for the offensive line as a whole do you all take from the fact that you were able to do what you did Saturday with, Connor moving positions, you were getting in there, you rotating guys left guard, just the fact that you have a bunch of different guys who've shown they can play on game day?
It brought us a lot of confidence, especially during Saturday. Bobby went down, and we had to manage in a few ways, and I had to step in, and Connor had to go to right tackle. And then I feel like the whole offensive line is a unit. I mean, I feel like we're comfortable with change, no matter how drastic the change is. I feel like Coach Johnson has prepared us in a great way to, if somebody goes down, then you got to be next man up, and that's what's been kind of going through all of our heads. Anything could happen, in college football. So that's kind of our thought process throughout that whole thing.
You step in there, not playing as much as you want to up until Saturday. At what point did you go, holy crap, this game's a lot faster than I remember? Did the feet get back underneath you, so to speak, playing that long?
Yeah. It did. I got used to playing college football now. I played a few games here and there. Oklahoma freshman year, things like that. Opted out my next year, transferred here, but I played a few games in my college career. But this one was my first real game, and exactly right. It was something. Things were moving. So, but you kind of have to get used to it. Kind of have to buckle down and be like, this you've been prepared for this. So yeah. So that's kind of how it's been. So.
At what point did you take it all in and go, this is where I'm supposed to be?
Definitely after the game, I had to kind of bring everything in. My thoughts were all over the place at that time, and we won. So I felt like it was a huge accomplishment for me, for the players, everything like that. Playing my first real college game, but I felt I felt like this is where I need to be definitely after the game. After people were saying I played a good game, everything like that, I was like, okay, the nerves are gone. So yeah.